decide to do this fight? Why did you decide to fight Mike Tyson right now?
Two reasons. A, when I won the heavyweight title, I said I would have stayed heavyweight to fight Mike Tyson. Time Mike had recently retired, he said he was done with boxing. People said, no, Roy was offered money to fight Mike back. No. Say he was done with boxing, let it go. Back down to light heavyweight. So at this point in time, COVID got everybody stuck in the house, not good videos and getting a lot of good responses from it. Everybody jump up. I want to fight Mike. 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 I'm getting so much attention. On my own, just doing my little training video where I'm training some of my people, not really putting them up a lot, just now and then randomly posting them, getting a lot of attention as well. Somehow Mike called me because he knew I was always the easiest person to make a fight with that does nothing. Or Roy, and it's like, look, no boxing people, no boxing promoters, we don't want no boxing managers, we don't want no boxing lawyers. We want to put you and Mike in the ring and let you and Mike eat off what y'all make. Y'all can give a lot of charity. Like, you know what, that's not a bad idea. And I did see how good Mike looked on the videos, so I'm like, okay. I know I'm the lighter guy. Also felt like because I'm light, that, you know, probably a little bit risky for him as well because I'm smaller than him. They felt like, well, let's take Roy. So his name, his everything. Roy's still active, can move like hell. But if you can't catch Roy early, you're going to have problems. Also can punch.
I respect that with Mike Tyson actually doing the fight with you because, like you said, you have already been training people all this time at the gym. You fought 2 years ago, so you're not rusty. Because I see a lot of people talking about, oh, it's going to be dangerous. I saw George Foreman saying that. So how do you respond when people say, you know, this could end badly, this could be dangerous? What do you say to that?
You can walk out your door, come in contact with the wrong person, and that could be dangerous because you can end up with COVID-19 and be up out of here. So, I mean, how God got for you to go, you're going to go anyway. So what's the deal? What am I losing out on? So if I did that, or if I just went somewhere and caught COVID and went, at least doing this, I went like I want to go. It's different. I would choose my fate if I could. Told me, you probably won't get killed. Well, good. I would die like this than catch COVID and die.
Those are the words of Roy Jones Jr. on The Breakfast Club. And that was a segment of this particular interview. I'll leave the full interview in the link below. And interesting backstory to say, you know, the least. Roy is the smaller guy out of the two, of course. He was the heavyweight champion. I believe it was the WBA heavyweight champion of the world at the time. And he wanted to fight Mike Tyson. Now, there was a backstory to that, too. I didn't hear that Mike said he was retired because, of course, he didn't officially retire until 2005. Okay, so, but anyway, moving forward, Roy Jones, he pretty much picked his own fate. Like, look, if I die, I die. You know, he's like Drago, but really more like Apollo. You know what I mean? Because he really doing something he loves to do. And obviously by this point, he loves to do what he does. That's why it took him so long to retire. I mean, too long to retire. To the point I'm like, dude, you're a legend. Stop, please, for the love of God, please stop. But telling someone to do something that they love, telling them to stop doing something that they love, is hard, damn near impossible. You know, but he made a great point. You know, in today's world, you can come in contact with someone to get COVID and contract COVID and die that way. At least he'll be doing something he loves to do. So I like the analogy. You know what I mean? But as far as Roy, I think Roy has a very, very good chance of being victorious. You know, if he trains himself. I just worry about his chin, how durable he is later on in this life. Let's take a look at what else he has to say.
Roy, I got a feeling you do want to go in the ring. Because I always wonder, do you think staying around too long hurt your legacy?
It didn't really hurt my legacy. What it is, people have to understand. understand that judges, you judge on the way up to the heavyweight division. One drop down, then you stop, because that's what my goal was. I quit going with my goals, which was after I won the light heavyweight title, my career started to decline. But I didn't have goals, and I didn't realize that doing this because people love to see it and people want to see me do it, so I did it. Before then, I was always goal driven. Tyson was in my goal driven. I said he was in my goals. I won the heavyweight title. Yeah, I'll fight Tyson. The only person I'll fight is a heavyweight. Then I come back down and win the light heavyweight title. Be done. Had a hard time because of the weight loss. People want to see another fight, so I did that, and I kept on going and kept on going. Well, I should have stopped in. In some people's minds, hurt the legs, but you go back and look at it. Go back and look at the highlights. Look at all the stuff that was done. Nobody ever turned professional. Junior middleweight, became heavyweight champion of the world. They could do about that. Try to say all his legs and his leg. Pound nobody. Sport of boxing covered the pound as much weight as I covered. So I went from 154, I weighed 228, a lot of damn weight. You call pound for pound. Hear all that? Don't hear all that. What in my eyes, pretty kill. God is the ultimate judge. How they want to see it, I don't care. They say I want to fight Roy Jones. I want to fight Roy Jones because Roy Jones is an easy person to make a fight with. That has never changed. It changed today. It was like that yesterday. It was like that 20 years ago. And it'll be like that 30 years from now if I'm still alive.
Ha ha! Roy Jones, gotta love him. He's always believed in being the baddest man on the hill. And what he said is absolutely true. Now, I think when we talk about legacy, you're destroying his legacy and things of that nature. You know, I think a lot of people really use the Mayweather barometer around losses versus wins, or just losses in general. How many losses you have dictates what type of fighter you are or you were. Okay? Roy is absolutely right. From the time he started, okay, he was cheated twice. Once in the Olympics and was disqualified in a BS disqualification call with Griffin, okay? In the Griffin fight, first Griffin fight. And that was his only loss. And that was a disqualification. So they had to disqualify this guy in order for him to take a loss. You had to give him a loss. You know, he didn't really actually earn a loss, an L, until he met Tarver for the second time. A lot of people that don't know shit about boxing thinks that Tarver just went and had his number and just beat him. No. Roy Jones beat him already. Okay? And then like Roy said, and I kind of believe that, when you went from 154, you went all the way to 228, that's a lot of damn weight. I mean, no one can do that, and no one has done that. That's just like Jermell Charlo right now going to 160. Jermell Charlo, mind you. Going from 154 to 160 to 168 to 175 to cruiser. Boom, then the heavyweight. Doesn't have to go to cruiser. I don't think, did Roy go to cruiser? I'm not sure. Right? But that's like someone like that doing that. You have to be that good. Why do you think people look at Pacquiao the way they look at him? Because he started at 105 and he went all the way to 154, equivalent of Roy. Matter of fact, from 105 to 154 versus 154 to 228, yeah, he had more weight, right? Why do you think? Because the divisions, pound for pound, means you can do things at this weight like you did at the last weight and the weight before that, okay? And you're the best at it because you're beating guys a lot bigger than you naturally. And that's what Roy was doing. A lot of people forget that, like he made the song, y'all must have forgot, right? And it is true, and people forget that when they see those knockouts of Roy, and they see him way past his prime, and they see him then all of a sudden Roy will come back like Keanu Reeves, the comeback kid. He'll come out and whoop guys like Lacey that's supposed to knock them out, right? I was in Florida when that happened, in Pensacola, his hometown, at a Matchroom bar. They have Matchroom bars there around the coast. And I was at one and witnessed a boxing clinic. Roy took this man to school, the equivalent of how Kawasaki did, okay? Took this man to school. Jeff Lacey did not stand a chance. I think that actual fight, that loss, cost him his career because Kawasaki was in his prime. Roy was not, okay? So that by itself was, 11 years ago, And he just retired in 2018. So yeah, he was too legit to quit, right? You know, but like he said, people judge me. He said he doesn't care. So he's not worried about that. I do. My only worry is now at this point, because he's had that many damn losses at this point. How many losses does Roy Jones have? Let's see. He has his 9 losses, right? So at this point, it really doesn't matter. I just worry about his health, because your health is your wealth. You can have all the money in your world if you're in a wheelchair, you know. You can't walk, you can't spin, you can't enjoy it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. What good is it? Money, that is. So this was a very good interview. Again, I'll leave the link below. Let you guys check it out. You guys tell me what you think about Roy Jones Jr.'s comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.